felt it was important to add this update to the course. So initially we looked at, I believe somewhere in this course, we looked at free website hosting, but we didn't really do an in-depth study on that. So I've been able to outline a few free website hosting providers that I think you might want to try out. All right. So remember, this is not recommended for production sites. When we talk about production sites, we are talking about sites that for example, a client pays you for a website to develop a website for them. You might want to use the free hosting to try out certain things. That's fine. But then production sites are actually sites that is meant to be released or that has been released for the public. So once you release a site for the public, it's a production site, right? So I recommend this for hobbyists, and also people who are learning. So you are at this moment you are learning, or you want to use it for your personal website. So one of the reasons why I won't recommend it for your clients, sometimes there are site kind of websites that will actually work on this platform, even if it's for your clients. But I don't recommend it because you are not fully in control of what happens. I've had a case where a free website provider went off, and to today they are not back. So if you are using this kind of service, you should use it in a way where you know you are only accountable to yourself. So if you are using it for your personal website and something goes wrong, you know who to blame. You blame yourself. All right, so let's get it rolling. So number one is preparehost.com. Preparehost.com offers 25 gigabytes of solid state drive storage and 250 gigabyte of bandwidth, all for free. So with preparehost.com, you can host your own domain. Now, when we talk about own domain hosting, we are referring to that means you have to buy your domain elsewhere before coming to this platform. I don't think they sell domain on this platform. So you have to go elsewhere, maybe on Namecheap or elsewhere, and buy your domain. And they also do not accept free domain. Yeah. So you have 25 gigabyte SSD storage, you have 250 gigabyte bandwidth. Then it comes with free SSL certificate, which is really, really nice. And it has free one-click WP installer. Then you also have access to cPanel. You can host your email, you can have your subdomain, and you even have access to FTP. Now, they offer all of these things for free. They offer all of these things for free. So it is something you might want to try out. In as much as this is a WordPress website development class, you can still use this hosting to host Linux projects or Joomla projects. All right, so let's get to the next. Now, the next on my bucket list is freehosting.com. Freehosting.com offers you an account where you can have about 30,000 daily visitors of a PHP-based website. So now, this PHP-based website is actually websites like WordPress. WordPress is PHP-based. So this means your website can withstand at least 30,000 daily traffic. And with this hosting, you get your own. You can host your own domain. This also means you are not buying domain from their platform, and they are not accepting free domain. Then you have 10 gigabyte storage. You have unlimited bandwidth. Remember, unlimited bandwidth and unlimited bandwidth, they are not the same thing. But regardless, that means your bandwidth is not being metered. So technically just see it as something close to unlimited bandwidth. And then you also have access to cPanel. But with this free hosting, you can only get one email. You can only get one custom email. And then you can also get one MySQL database. So as we progress in this course, I believe you're going to understand some of these things. And then one downside I found from this particular platform is that if you want to use SSL certificate, it requires you to pay for a one-time upgrade. In fact, for a lot of features on this platform, you have to make a payment before it can work. And the payment is not a yearly payment; it's a payment you make once, and that's all. Then the next is the infinityfree.com, which I have talked about previously or somewhere in this course. Now, infinityfree.com offers you 5 gigabytes disk space, in as much as they, in some parts of their websites, they claim they give unlimited hosting, but somewhere else they claim they give 5 gigabytes disk space. So I have decided to go with 5 gigabytes disk space so that you don't expect a lot from them. And then they offer unlimited bandwidth. I have actually tried Infinity Free, and I can tell you that somehow it's okay, but for it has a lot of limitations, including even on WordPress. After you've installed WordPress, there are certain plugins that you may want to install on your website, and you realize that you can't use it. And the PHP version on this Infinity Free is PHP 7.4. I do hope that they do upgrade PHP, because if it's only limited to PHP 7.4, when certain projects require you to use certain plugins that might require higher PHP, I don't know how you are going to do that. I know that many website hosting providers offers you the ability to upgrade your PHP version. So, but for some of these free versions, you are just limited to choices. So that's why I recommended it for learning and for your personal websites, especially on serious websites. All right, they also offer MySQL 5.7. You can host your free domain names. You can bring your own domain names. You can you have as much as 400 MySQL database, which is really nice. And you have free DNS service, free SSL certificate, and full HT access support. In my own opinion, Infinity Free is really nice. I have used it, in as much as it has a lot of limits, but for basic projects I have used it. And in fact, it's a platform you can even use to host websites that you feel, maybe your personal website, you can really host it here. Just that of everything free, there are limitations. And then another one, which for me is also nice, is Gogi, or I don't know how that is pronounced, but GogiHost.com. All right, so Gogi, yeah. Since if you remove I and put L, it's Google. So GogiHost.com. Now, GogiHost.com allows you to. Meanwhile, there was something I didn't say for the previous one, which is Infinity Free and some other accounts. You can actually create. With Infinity Free, you can create more than one website, right? You can create. I think you can create more than one website, but not on the same hosting. You have to have different hostings. All right, so let's talk about GogiHost.com. Now, with GogiHost.com, you can host 3 websites. That's a new feature. Before, you can only host one. And I love GogiHost for one thing. They use light speed web servers. All right. Now, you also have access to 1000 MB, which is 1 gigabyte, or 1 gigabyte SSD storage. When we talk about SSD storage, SSD simply means solid state drive. Solid state drive. Remember, on your systems, you have hard drive with your optical disk hard drive, and you have your solid state drive. Solid state drives are always more reliable than the older hard drive, and it is faster. So this means your website is going to be faster. It also comes with free SSL certificate, 100 gigabytes of bandwidth. It comes with WordPress Manager, which is also a new feature added on the platform. And then you can have your business email. They did not specify the number of business emails that you can have. And you also have access to MySQL and FTP. And you have access to, you can integrate this hosting with Cloudflare. Yeah, and they promise 99% uptime. And then I think this is the last. So with this, you have just a mega sum of 1 gigabyte disk space, which in my own opinion is really small, but as long as it's free, it's okay. Like the previous ones too, we've seen 1 gigabyte. It's small, but as long as it's for free, it's perfect. Now you can only host one domain. You can host one domain. I think this platform offers you the opportunity to buy a domain name. So you can host one domain name and you can host 3 subdomains. So that means you have 4 websites in one hosting in total. And it has unlimited bandwidth, one database, in-house control panel, virus protection, and 24/7, 365 days customer support. Now I've showed you a list of so many of these things. So let's recap. One is the preparehost.com. The second is freehosting.com. The third is infinityfree.com. The gogihost.com. The artspace.com. Now, when you try out all these free hosting providers, I want to hear your opinion on them, the experiences you were able to have on them. I couldn't do an in-depth review of all of it because of time. I wouldn't start signing up on all of them, but maybe with time I might get to review each and every one of them. So if you are listening to this video on the Fun IQ Skills Academy platform, you are taking our website development, our WordPress website development class. What you can do is, if you have any question, you should drop your question on the Q&A section of the course. But then if you are listening to this video on every other platform, maybe Facebook or YouTube, I want to have your opinion about any of these platforms after you've tried it. So thank you.